Good morning. And welcome to Unity of Palmyra, where centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. We are an open and affirming community. We love you exactly as you are in all of your magnificent glory, and we are delighted that you are here with us this morning. It is a beautiful day in Central PA. Yes. So let's take a minute to just get grounded and present and centered. So if you're comfortable closing your eyes, let's do that for just a minute as we breathe into whatever space we're in. So whether you're here in this nice cool sanctuary, or if you're joining us from home, or if you're listening to us a couple of weeks from now, we invite you to let go of the world for just a few sweet moments. To give yourself that gift of letting go of what was and what will be, and being fully present. Whether I have a microphone or not. So we'll just sit in the silence for a moment while they figure out the microphone. How about if I use this one? Is that one working? Nope. Channel 2? Yes? No? No? Yes? Okay. All righty, we're back. And boy, are we present now. I don't need this one. Is this one working now? Oh, here you go, Kate. So now that we're all fully present in the room, I love technology. I love technology. Let's light our candle. Please stand. Together, may the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to hurt, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, divine spirit. And we are going to start our day with microphones that work, love, peace, and joy.
I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Choose love, love, love. Love, love, love. I choose love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I choose peace, peace, peace. Peace, I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. I choose it joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release.
Woo! Woo! Well done. Let's share together now in our vision. Centered in love, we embrace a positive path for spiritual living. And our mission, wherever we are, we provide a welcoming community that inspires and encourages all who gather here through the teaching, sharing, and practice of universal spiritual principles. And one of the ways we practice those principles is to honor wherever you are on your hugging journey. So if you want to hug, we will bring it on in. If you're more comfortable with the handshake, we will honor that. And if you want us to leave you completely alone, we totally understand, and we will respect whatever bubble you create about yourself. Have a great time.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. We're in the right place at the right time. We are just where we're supposed to be. We're in the right place, the right time. We're just where we're supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Well done. Apparently 3 times is the charm. So a couple of announcements. It is a rich, full week here in Unity of Palmyra. To begin, our prayer chaplains today are Leslie Burris and Linda Klein, and they are wearing the stoles. They will be holding sacred space for us throughout the service, and they will also be available over in this corner after the service for anyone who would like some one-on-one prayer. All right, so immediately following the service, this is just a reminder to the fellowship team, we are meeting during fellowship to have an Eastern Region Conference meal planning meeting. So we will grab our goodies and gather at a table. On Friday, we are showing the movie 1946. It is free. It is open to the public. We would love to fill the sanctuary with folks. It'll be shown in here on the screen. And we're hoping that it will help to dispel some misconceptions and spread just a little bit of love and acceptance in the community. On next Sunday is the hug meeting, and then the following Saturday is Charles's Coffee House, and then that Sunday is the Social Action Team's presentation on 2025, and then the following Sunday is the first, and it is our picnic. So there will be no streaming that day. We will all be gathering at the Upper Pavilion at Memorial Park for our annual service at the lake, and it is always fun and lovely, and we're going to cross our fingers that we have this weather for that picnic. All right. Miss Kate, would you read the daily word?
Good morning. Yes. I live an abundant life. It's often been said, you can't take it with you. While it's true that money and material possessions must be left behind when I transition from this life, these things are not the source of my prosperity. My true wealth lies in my consciousness, my ability to give and receive love, to share what I have and receive from others with equal joy, to understand and use the creative power of thought, and to know myself and all people as living expressions of the divine. I live consciously and abundantly, making wise use of the earth's resources and drawing upon the limitless storehouse of divine ideas. Through the power of God within me, I enrich my life physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And from Matthew 6:20, but store for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves do not break in and steal.
I am home, my family is here. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I'm lifted up in prayer.
So let's take today's daily word into our prayer time. Whenever I hear prosperity or abundance, I'm reminded of the power of gratitude. For it's been said that the more we are grateful for what we have, the more will be given. When we are grateful for our abundance, when we are grateful for the lives we're living, that sends a message loud and clear to the universe that we are open to receive more of the same. And so today we focus on abundance, prosperity, and gratitude. we recognize that prosperity and abundance take many forms. We are abundant in love. We are abundant in fellowship. We are abundant in our many friends. We are abundant in the beliefs and the principles that when practiced create a more beautiful world. And we are prosperous in joy, in laughter, in smiles. We never take for granted the many, many blessings that we have received. And we never waver in our commitment to be blessings in the world, to share what we have found, to share the joy and the love, the wisdom, the strength and the courage. We are so very grateful. And as always, we affirm that together or apart, we are forever connected at the heart. And so it is. Namaste.
The God in you beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole.
I don't believe in superstars, organic food and foreign cars. I don't believe the price of gold, the certainty of growing old, that right is right and left is wrong, that north and south can't get along, that east is east and west is west, and being first is always best. But I believe in love. I believe in babies. I believe in mom and dad. And I believe in you. Well, I don't believe that heaven waits for only those who congregate. I like to think of God as love. He's down below, he's up above. He's watching people everywhere. He knows who does and doesn't care. And I'm an ordinary man. Sometimes I wonder who I am, but I believe in love. I believe in music. I believe in magic, and I believe in you. I know with all my certainty what's going on with you and me is a good thing. It's true. I believe in you. I don't believe virginity is as common as it used to be. In working days and sleeping nights, that black is black and white is white, that Superman and Robin Hood are still alive in Hollywood. The gasoline's in short supply, the rising cost of getting by, but I believe in love. I believe in old folks. I believe in children. I believe in you. I believe in love. I believe in babies. I believe in mom and dad, and I believe in you.
So this was one of those songs that when we actually listened to all the lyrics, we loved even more. So thank you, that was beautiful. Because the message of that is we believe in one another, and we believe in love, and we focus on what we want to believe the most. So this is the last Sunday for the 4 agreements. We've spent the last 3 weeks on the first 3, so we practice being impeccable with our word. We practice not taking anything personally. How's everyone doing with that one? I can see we're all doing really well. And last week, we practiced and we learned about in practice not making assumptions and the power of being curious. So today, we're going to be looking at always do your best. So I love this little story. There was a man who wanted to transcend his suffering, so he went to a Buddhist temple to find a master to help him. He went to the master and he asked, "Master, if I meditate 4 hours a day, how long will it take me to transcend?" The master looked at him and said, "If you meditate for 4 hours a day, perhaps you will transcend in 10 years. Thinking he could do better, the man then said, "Oh, master, well, what if I meditated 8 hours a day? How long will it take me to transcend?" The master looked at him and said, "If you meditate 8 hours a day, perhaps you will transcend in 20 years. But why will it take me longer if I meditate more?" the man asked. The master replied, "You are not here to sacrifice your joy or your life. You are here to live, to be happy, and to love. If you can do your best in 2 hours of meditation, but you spend 8 hours instead, you will only grow tired. You'll miss the point, and you won't enjoy your life. Do your best, and perhaps you will learn that no matter how long you meditate, you can live, love, and be happy." So we're going to look at the difference between doing our best and becoming obsessed. So here's what Don Miguel has to say. He says there's just one more agreement, but it's the one that allows the other 3 to become deeply ingrained habits. The 4th agreement is about the action of the first 3. Always do your best. Under any circumstances, always do your best. no more and no less. But keep in mind that your best is never going to be the same from one moment to the next. Everything is alive and changing all the time. So your best will be sometimes high quality, and other times it will not be as good. When you wake up refreshed and energized in the morning, your best will be better than when you are tired at night. Your best will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick, or sober as opposed to drunk. Your best will depend on whether you are feeling wonderful and happy, or upset, angry, or jealous. In your everyday moods, your best can change from one moment to another, from 1 hour to the next, from one day to another. Your best will also change over time. As you build the habit of the 4 new agreements, your best will become better than it used to be. Regardless of the quality, keep doing your best. Again, no more and no less than your best. If you try too hard and do more than your best, you will spend more energy than is needed, and in the end, your best will not be enough. When you overdo, you deplete your body and you go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goal. But if you do less than your best, you subject yourself to frustrations, self-judgment, guilt, and regrets. So, I love this agreement, and ironically, at least for me, it can be one of the hardest to practice, because I tend to equate doing my best with doing it perfectly. Can anybody? Yeah, okay, good. So this is one of the reasons, one of the many reasons I love Gretchen Rubin's work, because she does a lot around the teaching of Voltaire that says, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. I'm going to say that again. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. I think if I ever get a tattoo, that'll be it. Right? So always doing our best does not mean that everything is going to be done perfectly. And as Don Miguel pointed out, our best is going to look different on different days. I mean, think back to when we were moving through the pandemic. Our best looked different than our best looks now, because we had to adapt. I was thinking about back to when I was a young mother. I had 3 kids in 5 years. It was a very busy 5 years. So my best at that point was if we were all fed, clean, and dry by the end of the day, it was a really good day, right? And if I got a weekly or bi-weekly shower, I was in great shape, right? So on some days, our best looks really productive, and on other days, it doesn't. Some days, the laundry actually gets washed, dried, folded, and put away on the same day, and some days, it doesn't, right? Some days we have to rewash what's in the washing machine a couple of times. I can see that you can relate, right? So some days, doing our best means that our work is our priority. Some days, doing our best means that our family or our friends are our priority. So what I've learned about doing my best and not succumbing to perfectionism is that it requires that I am fully present to what is the most important thing in front of me in this moment. And in that moment, focused on that thing, I do my best. So here's what Don Miguel says about that. He says, when you do your best, you learn to accept yourself, but you have to be aware and learn from your mistakes. Learning from your mistakes means you practice. You look honestly at the results and you keep practicing. This increases your awareness. Doing your best really doesn't feel like work because you are enjoying whatever you're doing. You know you're doing your best when you are enjoying the action or doing it in a way that will not have negative repercussions for you. You do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it, not because you were trying to please the judge, that inner judge that he talks about, and not because you were trying to please other people. So incredibly important. Doing our best is our best. It's doing the best at what's important to us. I read this neat thing on Facebook this week that a woman said, an adult woman said to her mother, you know, I notice you make your bed every morning. She said, but nobody sees that you make your bed every morning. Why do you make your bed every morning? And the mother said, because it makes me happy. It's not about what other people see. I don't do it for other people. I do it for me. I will say I do not make my bed every morning, but it makes her happy to make her bed every morning. So we're not, when we talk about doing our best, we're not competing. We're not in competition with others. We're trying to do our best. We're trying to do whatever it is that we're doing a little bit better than we've done it before. So there was a wonderful piece by Dr. Denise Tronowski called Always Do Your Best. And she says, doing your best doesn't mean comparing yourself to others' bests. Doing your best is comparing yourself to yourself. It's really just between you and God anyway, as Mother Teresa so wonderfully said once. You aren't comparing yourself to your co-workers, your sister, or your friends. You aren't comparing yourself to anyone. Doing your best simply means waking up each day, looking at the day before you, and doing your best at each activity. Perhaps doing your best means giving just a little bit more of yourself at work, rather than watching the clock tick until it's time to leave. Doing your best might mean accepting your spouse for who they are, rather than being overly critical of all the things they didn't get done that day. Doing your best could mean doing nothing. Most of us aren't very good at downtime, which the body and soul very much need. Bottom line, folks, you know that you know that you know what doing your best is for you. It's different for all of us. For some, our best is running a 4-minute mile. For others, it's walking a 1-hour mile. My suggestion is to wake up each day and commit yourself that whatever you are presented with that day, that you'll simply do your best. I'm very sure that at the end of the day of doing your best, you'll get a great night's sleep. So the other thing that doing our best isn't is about becoming driven, right? It's about, and this is back to doing your best is not about becoming obsessed. You're going to get a handout as you leave today or as you head down to fellowship called How to Tame the Driven Dragon. And it's a little survey that you're gonna take and check off. And if you notice that you're putting a lot of check marks on that little survey, you might be like the student that I read about in the opening story, trying to do too much to prove, trying to do too much to try to transcend, trying to do too much to please others, right? We call it being the driven dragon. And it's also one of the trademarks of the driven dragon is that drive for perfection. So the author of The Gift of Imperfection, Brené Brown, says this: perfectionism is not the same thing as striving to be your best. Perfectionism is the belief that if we live perfectly, look perfect, and act perfect, we can minimize or avoid the pain of blame, judgment, and shame. It's a shield. It's a 20-ton shield that we lug around thinking it will protect us when, in fact, it's the thing that's really preventing us from taking flight. And then Maria Nemeth, my mentor, observes that we often use perfectionism as an excuse. or to avoid doing something we said we would do. Right? Remember, doing what we said we would do is one aspect of being impeccable with our word. So how often have we said that we would do something, and then the monkey started to chatter and said, but you know, you're probably not going to do that perfectly. And we use that as an excuse to not do what we said we would do. So I'm just thinking about all the times I've done that. And yeah, so always do your best is the agreement that helps us take action. It's also the agreement that helps us to really deal with those wounds that surface in the form of perfectionism, right? In the form of if I'm perfect enough, everyone will love me. If I'm perfect enough, everyone will think I'm great, right? If I'm perfect enough, no one will ever criticize me, right? But notice that 20-ton shield that Brene talks about keeps us from connecting. It keeps us from being vulnerable. It keeps us from being open-hearted with each other. I think that's a Pema Chodron word, right? So I encourage us all, and I know there are many recovering perfectionists in this community, to really once and for all let that go and to rediscover the joy of simply doing your best. Because perfectionism is actually the opposite of doing our best. Because when we're in the clutches of perfectionism, our best is never good enough. No matter how well we've done, no matter how skilled we've become, no matter how proficient in our trade or our occupation, when we're in the clutches of perfectionism, it's never good enough. There's never enough joy. So Don Miguel gets the last word. He says, doing your best, you are going to live your life intensely. You are going to be productive. You are going to be good to yourself because you will be giving yourself to your family, to your community, to everything. But it is the action that is going to make you feel intensely happy. When you always do your best, you take action because you love it, not because you're expecting a reward. Rewards will come, but you are not attached to the reward. If we like what we do, if we always do our best, then we are really enjoying life. So, thoughts, questions, ahas or oh no's. Can anybody relate? Yes.
So I just spent 5 weeks in a sling, and I was very aware of how much my self-esteem is tied to my self-sufficiency. And as I think about always doing my best, one of the things I became aware of was when I asked for help and I got it, and they did it differently than me.
Oh, no.
Could I be patient? Could I be appreciative and understanding? And so doing my best in my relationships is a huge part of doing my best in my life.
Yeah. Yes. So doing your best looked very different when you were in a sling. The other thing I noticed, and I think this is a real Western cultural thing, is that doing our best and our self-esteem is very tied to our productivity, right? If I'm not being productive, that I'm not doing my best. And one of the things I've really been working on as a recovering workaholic is who gets to define what productive is. Self-care, yeah. So I laughed when you said about they didn't do it like you, because in my self-care for clergy workshop that I do, because clergy are notorious overfunctioners, I'm sure none of you have ever noticed that, and I put up this slide that says me, why can't I get any help around here? Also me. No, not like that. Here, I'll do it. Right? Right? Isn't it a shock to find out that sometimes people do things differently than us? And that yet the product is still good? I know, right? It's shocking. Yeah. Yes, Lisa.
I love the slide.
Yes.
Because the thing that gets me hung up on always do your best is, well, I can do better than this. I can do better than this. And some days I can't.
Yeah.
So my best today is going to be different than my best last week and next week.
Absolutely.
I think that's really important.
Yeah. And I think back to, productivity, it's that we get to decide what our best is, right? We get to decide. And in order to do that, we do have to feel pretty secure within ourselves, right? Because our best doesn't look like everybody else's best. The other thing about doing our best and coming back to, waking up in the morning and being fully present is the other thing that I like to do is remind myself that doing my best means that I'm demonstrating my values, right? Doing my best means that I look at my standards of integrity and I say, well, am I demonstrating my values? And if I am, I'm thinking that's doing my best, right? And it's the same thing with our community. Doing our best means, are we demonstrating our values? Are we living our vision and our mission and our values? Are we being loving? Are we being welcoming? Even when things don't work, if we're being loving and we're being welcoming and we're being accepting and compassionate and positive and transformative, notice how I'm just going through all those values, whether the microphone works or not, we're still doing our best, right? Because we're demonstrating who we say we are. It's very powerful. Anybody else? Yes, Linda.
If I may borrow a few of the words that Leslie shared with us in meditation today, was having compassion for ourselves when we may be in a situation where we're not able to do our best.
Yeah.
If we're well, having an arm in a sling for 8 weeks.
Which you can relate to.
Yes. And having injured my arm now, not able to do what I would like to do.
Yeah.
But it's also, if we're grieving or whatever the situation may be, to be okay with what our best is.
Yes.
And having compassion for ourselves.
Absolutely.
And have no shame.
Yeah. I think the have no shame part is, I'll be right there, is why Brene Brown, who got her degree in shame, basically, focuses so much on perfectionism. Because perfectionism is such a shame producer, right? Yeah. Hey, TJ.
Sorry, I don't know, the distance I have to do. Is this good?
Perfect.
So I struggle with perfectionism because when my parents got divorced, I had to move in with my mother and my stepfather. And that was a very abusive household. And when I moved in there, instead of striving for my best, which, like you were saying, not being able to, I wasn't able to because I wasn't in a supported, community much like this. But now that I'm in a loving home and I know that people are out there who support me, I'm able to strive for my best instead of perfection. And I think one of the reasons we strive for perfection is because there's two sides of anger or frustration. and it's, oh, well, I'm not good enough, or, oh, well, I'm not doing this, and you get frustrated. But frustration can come from fear, it can come from sadness, and that's a secondary emotion. So mine was fear because I was like, oh, well, if I'm not perfect, if I'm not putting in my all, then they'll find something to pick on me for. They'll find another thing to attack me for. So I wasn't able to do my best, and I think that now that I'm in, and I just want to say that, like, I'm so appreciative for this community, because this community has really helped me with, like, coming out my transition and being able to really, like, love myself. Like, I would never walk out of the house with eyeliner, because I always thought it made me feminine. And a lot of you people don't know that I'm a trans female and a male, but I just want to say that, like, this community has really helped me, and I love all of you, and I appreciate all of you. So,
Yeah. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Yeah. So that's an excellent point, that it's really hard to do your best when your best is never acknowledged. Right? And what you just demonstrated for us, sweetie, is the power of real support, right? Really being there for one another through thick and thin, right? Yeah, thank you, honey. I'm so glad that you shared that with us. Yeah, it's really hard to do your best when everything you do is wrong, right? Yeah, excellent point. I'm going to add that to future notes for this talk. Thank you, honey. Anybody else? You see, the support allows for courage, right? So I also want to acknowledge this community, whether you're sitting in this room right now or not, because it's your love, it's your integrity, it's the work that you've done to create a space this safe, that he can share like this with us, right? So well done. Anybody, do you want to say something? Okay.
Well, perfectionism is probably my biggest hard. And being a singer or performer, or however you want to phrase it, there's this need and expectation even that you do everything perfectly. And, I know in this community, if I miss a word or if I do something wrong, or if I just mess up and start over, that it's okay. But
Hey,
it's
if Adele can
really-
do it, you can do it.
Yeah, but it's really hard for me to let that be okay with me.
Yeah.
And I need a lot of work on this one. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
today was this.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm so glad that it came up in your meditation this morning, Leslie, because, and you're going to love the meditation song that we've chosen for today, because it points exactly to that, to when we feel like, oh, I really didn't do my best. Okay, well, tomorrow's another day, right? Be gentle with yourself. Have compassion for yourself, because here's the deal. As within, so without. I'm going to harp on the nature of projection again. If we're being that hard on ourselves, how do you think we're thinking and feeling and acting toward others? You can't help but be hard on others. You just can't. It's how our brains work, right? So the more compassion we have for ourselves, the more understanding, the more gentle we are with ourselves, the more compassion and the more understanding and the more gentle we can be with others. It's just how it works. So you're really not only doing a great service to yourself, you're doing a great service to the people that you love when you are compassionate with yourself. One more and then we're going to go into meditation.
Excuse me, what is your name? LT? Thank you. I never realized I am a perfectionist, but I never know what enough is. Because as I grew up, it was never enough. If it's an A, why isn't it an A plus? So I ended up being a C, B, A student. So I think that really hit my heart so hard that I had a little bit more compassion, because sometimes I just didn't know what was enough and what wasn't. So I just stopped. So thank you so much. That was so helpful. What a blessing. Thank you.
Yeah. The future is in great hands,
Oh my goodness.
don't you think? Yeah, yeah, and yes, enoughness. If you struggle with enoughness, I highly recommend Wayne Muller's A Life of Being, Having, and Doing Enough, or Being, Doing, and Having. I can never remember the order, but it's an excellent book. I teach on it about every other year, just because so many of us struggle with that, right? It's never enough. Yeah, and it's a really deep wound. It's very hard to overcome that one. All right, let's go into meditation.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself, and I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart, and I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart, and I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. Now I know I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child.
Oh, let's breathe in those beautiful words, those powerful words that encourage us to be ever so gentle with ourselves, to remind us that we get to decide, we get to determine what our best is. The only person who gets to judge that is us. And we judge it in the truest sense of the word. We are discerning. We are open to learning. We see mistakes as opportunities. We don't beat ourselves up. We don't sink into that quagmire of shame or guilt or regret. We simply learn. We bless the experience. We grow and we move on. Doing our best is not about doing anything perfectly. It is not about proving that we are enough, or that we are acceptable, or that we are worthy. Doing our best is about being fully present to what is before us, and to engage in the moment with joy, loving what we're doing. Doing our best because it is fulfilling, it's satisfying, it might even be fun. Doing our best is showing up in integrity as our authentic selves, as the loving, powerful, courageous beings that we are. And when there are those times where we feel that we did not do our best, we promise to be exquisitely gentle with ourselves.
And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. Now I know I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I rock myself like a newborn baby child. And I love myself like a newborn baby child.
Oh, doesn't it feel sweet in here? You all are so great. So this is the time of our service where we don't pass a basket. We just express our incredible gratitude for your ongoing generosity in your contributions to the work of this community. And please do come to the hug meeting next week. We have a whole bunch of updates for you about the Lift project and some other stuff that's going on around here. And also, we want to share again how grateful we are. It's okay. It's pretty. It's okay. I just thought, oh, that's an interesting little song. Yes, so thank you. Thank you for your generosity and for your commitment to the work of this community. It is so important in the world right now.
You think I'm an ignorant savage, and you've been so many places, I guess it must be so. But still I cannot see if the savage one is me. How can there be How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or asked the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountains? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once, never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the earth cry to the blue corn moon, for whether we are black or copper-skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
Boy, it's a good thing we have tissues on every pew. I am just saying, that was absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Let's stand and share in our unity blessing. Oh. Together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. Let's sing the peace song.
The flame.
Peace song, then candle.
Okay, never mind.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Together, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever God is. And wherever God is, all is well. See how successfully we're letting go of perfection? See, we're practicing already. Isn't it great? Please go forth this week, do your best, and do it with joy. Compare yourself to no one. You are magnificent. Amen? All right, join us downstairs.